New York City, Connecticut, New Jersey, good afternoon. We've got a very special guest inside studios. Keep it locked, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey. Like I said, a very special guest in the IrieJam studios. I'm not going to tell you yet. I'll give you a chance to guess, okay? The number to call is 888-546-8742. IrieJam. I want to hear you say Irie.
Welcome. Why?
We had the pleasure of seeing him live on TV the other night.
CHRONIXX, left and right, just a come, left and right.
IrieJam, Spongy.
And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for oxygen, at the general issue in a warning. Job people them a ball, said them tired of mediocre. Evil a go fall when we tried in Ethiopia. Me leaving from down, cause them life no easy boat. Even Bantan said it's not an easy road. Operation occupy the motherland, calling all soldiers to kind each other along. From creation, he writing a job plan, but CHRONIXX can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far by choose. Executing Selassie works and the Rastafari true. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I wanna start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for oxygen, at the general issue in a warning.
If you feel it's good, I want to hear you say Irie. New York City, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Yes, he is live inside the studios of IrieJam Radio. And of course, it's indeed a pleasure to have him inside the studios after, of course, waving the flag, making up noise, screaming at the TV when he performed on the late night show. Let me say big respect and welcome to CHRONIXX. Wagwan, Bridget.
Respect. One love to each and everyone, you know. Yeah, it's nice to be on this side of the radio again.
Well, you know what? I remember the first interview. You came down to the studio with the morning show, actually. And you had actually taken the dollar van and the train to come down to do the interview. And I was saying to myself, this is the first artist me know what take train and dollar van come to an interview at IrieJam Radio. So how has it changed from the first time you came to IrieJam to what's going on now? Let me see outside what to do.
No, sir. I mean it's the same music, it's the same. You know what I mean? It's all a part of one story, one book. You know what I mean? And if you're asking what chapter are we in that book, you know, the continuation of the same CHRONIXX that was that time. You know, this is just a continuation and an older one, a more experienced one, you know, but the same one nonetheless, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, we give thanks for each and everything that we have seen. We have been to many places and I've created so many more music, you know what I mean, since that last interview, and that is just a blessing in itself, you know what I mean? It's a full, trust me, it's a full blessing, and we give thanks for it, cause you know what I mean, it's only in this physical earth where you get to see these things, you know. So we give thanks.
Now, like you said, it's a chapter, and the journey continues. CHRONIXX the artist then, and CHRONIXX the artist now. You've seen many things. You've traveled the world. What stands out in your mind right now that is different from when you started that journey?
Oh, what do you mean by artist, though?
Oh, what I mean by artist, performer, players of instruments,
okay,
singer, songwriter.
Yeah. As an artist, you know what I mean, I still the core principle of my creativity, you know what I mean, it that I didn't create it, so I can't change it. You know what I mean? It's not something that was created in the first place. You know what I mean? It's just a gift that has been lent to me for me to use at my disposal in this time and space. You know what I mean? And even as things change, you know what I mean, as times change, that remains unchangeable because it was before everything else and it shall continue when everything else passes. You know what I mean? So the core principle is, you know what I mean, just always listen out for the natural sounds. You know what I mean? Always listen out for the natural inspiration. And then my duty as a musician and as a creative person is to try and find a way to bring that inspiration into this physical world in the form of music.
Okay.
So whatever you want to inspire people to do and whatever you want to inspire the world to be like, it's now your duty as a musician to take that inspiration out of the realm of the unseen, out of the realm of the unknown, into the physical world where people can have it and listen to it on them iPhone and them iPad and them computer and, you know what I mean, and them radio station and them car and them CD. Yeah. So it's my duty, and that is the core principle of my creative self. You know what I mean? Always don't move till inspiration tell you to move, and then even when inspiration tell you to move, it's now your duty to find the best way to take that message from out of the realms of inspiration into the realms of the physical world where people can now understand it, and you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, where do you draw your inspiration from? Fellow colleagues, meaning, you know, other artists in the business like yourself, or artists that came before you?
Yeah, well,
or it's spiritual?
Well, I mean, inspiration. Inspiration don't live inside of you really, you know, right? And it don't really have nothing to do with you really, you know. It just associates itself with you for as long as it chooses to associate itself with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, I just find that certain inspiration associate itself with me, you know what I mean? And then it is my duty to, you know what I mean, in the earth, try and create it. Try and, you know what I mean, manifest it somehow, you know what I mean? Yeah. So inspiration is not really a thing that really dwell within this physical space, really. You know what I mean? It just show you certain things, like inspiration will just ask you to look upon the bird, and then when you look upon the bird, you think it's really the bird that inspire, but it's inspiration, you know what I mean? It's a great power, man, in the universe where it bring music out of anything, out of anywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it is great to have experienced that force. You know what I mean, as a youth,
right,
growing up, and you know what I mean, I didn't undermine it at any time. You know what I mean, like I didn't feel like I was crazy or anything. You know what I mean?
Did you think you were before your time?
No, man, you can't before your time, because it was long before time, and we shall be after time pass. We still are good there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, you can't before your time. Everybody is right and perfect time. Yeah, man.
New York City, Connecticut, New Jersey, in case you just joined us, we're live in the studios. CHRONIXX is in the building. Now, I think it was in December. I got an email from Pierre saying, check your email right. And this is what came up in my email. And I was like, and I was actually, with the video, actually. And I'm saying to myself, well, you tell me.
Original CHRONIXX, my brethren Evan on guitar, my brethren Hector Lewis. You don't know, love. This one is called Natty Dread in our style. Got legendary Bob Marley. Ever living and ever faithful, yeah. I said dread, Natty dreadlocks. Natty dread, dreadlocks Congo bongo high. A natty dread, dreadlocks in a Babylon. Natty dread. Roots, natty dread. Children, get your culture. Natty dread. And don't stay there and gesture, no. Natty dread. For the battle will be hotter. Natty dread. You won't get no supper, no. A natty dread. A natty dread like in a Babylon. Babylon, a natty dread. Roots, natty roots, natty dread. Shot down to First Street, natty dread. Then I skip one phase to Second Street, natty dread. And I got to reach the Most High Street, don't you know? Natty dread. And we're stepping on the place that's the always look neat. A natty dread. A juvenile Babylon, if you settle on east. A natty dread. When time them see Rasta in the street. A natty dread. Girl come a laugh on the skin her teeth. A natty dread. Cause them know say Rasta do it. A natty dread. Come in and know how me survive the hardship in ya. Life never sweet like a chocolate vanilla. Train line my born, never born in a villa. Little monkey, watch out, you a talk to gorilla. Good God of Moses and Rodney the killer. But people fed up and them can't sing simmer. Can hardly survive as a blasted singer. Much less a baller who is a brought in the winger. I have a right foot like a David Villa. Mother still a Selena market figure. Income sending go college him. Wonder if all of this makes sense. I tell him, said don't forget your culture. A natty dread. Don't stand there and gesture. Never, never. Natty dread. Battle will be other men. Yeah. Natty dread. And you might not get no supper. Tell you, natty dread. Shut down my natty dreadlock says, oh, a natty dread. Walk a natty dreadlock says, Hector, what you got to say? And if I egg natty in the red, oh, in the natty dread. And if I egg Rasta in the red, natty dread. If I egg Rasta in the red, natty dread. Oh, if I echo, Rasta in the bed, a natty dread. Chad on to First Street, up a Portobello. Portobello. What you say, natty dread? Natty dread.
Yeah. So, Bridget, when I opened the email and I saw this, first it's like you just up on a street corner, you and your Bridget, just a vibes and it's just an energy. And where were you?
Yeah, this was in London, outside People's Records in London.
Okay.
Outside a record store. I was filming a feature on a thing called Deadly with Becca.
Okay.
Who is an MTV host and a presenter, in London, and she's also a DJ and things. So yeah, she asked if come and sing one of our favorite songs, and I love soulful music,
Okay.
And I find that Bob Marley, is one of those Jamaican musicians who made a lot of soulful sounds, and sounds that teach me how to communicate with people on a soulful level and a large amount of people. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we say words and it might come across, and become very popular to a certain amount of people. But then, that greater amount of people and that greater level of unity that we wish to see, sometimes, it might not happen because people don't really understand or people can't really feel, So these are the type of sounds which, teach us, the youths, how to communicate soulfully to people who are seriously dependent on music for their inspiration and for them livelihood and for them spiritual elevation. And you know, you have people depend upon music for different things, you know. Like you have, if you want to drive, go kill some people now, you have music where you can listen to and
vibes you up, man. Energy up for that.
It will inspire you more if you go do that. And you know what I mean? You have girls who, if them want to go into prostitution and them thing there, you have songs where them can listen to and it will help them to feel better about prostitution. But then now you have evolution and revolution, and you have spiritual enlightenment, and youths who looking for spiritual enlightenment not gonna find it in certain music. So music like Bob Marley, and it teach you how to create music that uplift people's spirit and make them feel purpose in life. Because a lot of the times when you're quote unquote out there having fun and living your life, and you are totally clueless to the real beauty of life. And there's no greater beauty than knowing the purpose, you know, for which you were created and brought here into the physical world. There is no greater beauty than knowing that everything that happened has a beauty in it. You know what I mean? Every time the rain fall, every time the rain don't fall, there's a very distinct and intricate and detailed and simple and minimalistic beauty, you know what I mean, in it. And these are the music that teach you that, you know what I mean. Growing up, I always hear Bob Marley music and I always say it's so simple. But then as a musician, when you listen to it, you realize that it is simple but very complex at the same time, which is a manifestation of the true beauty of life in the form of music. So, yeah, that was what brought me to do Natty Dread. And, you know, there's many more songs that I could have done in a setting like that, you know what I mean, from Burning Spear to Joseph Hill to Peter Tosh. Many, you know what I mean, one of the most soulful artists I've ever listened to is Bunny Wailer. And, you know, it could be, you know what I mean, and as I said, the Wailers make some of the most soulful music as a Jamaican band. You have many more. You have, in Jamaica, it's almost impossible to sit down and list everybody because so many musicians and producers and artists and bands to list. You know what I mean?
You know, it's amazing. You mentioned sometimes the music can be so simple, but the message is so powerful. This song, and then you talk about the soulfulness of the music and our, how should I say, our wanting that as part of the music. Because all parts of music, there's the good, there's the bad. Like you said, you have, if a young lady...
And it's not bad enough. It's not bad enough because imagine a world where everybody was like, where everybody was the same and everybody was doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Like life have to continue, and in order for life continue, it have to start and it have to end and it have to start again. And that is the, and when we say end, we don't mean like life itself end. It's just like you have different stages throughout life, and death is one of them, birth is one of them, growing up, puberty, you have many of them. Death is not just the only one, and birth is not the only one. You have many stages that you go throughout life, even in between life and death, and even before birth and even after that. There's many, countless stages. Like every day is a new stage, a new phase, new knowledge, new wisdom. And yeah, it's not like anything bad I was saying you two want to kill people is bad, because I can't judge him as bad because somebody have to die. Somebody have to die and somebody have to live. You know what I mean, death is the only thing that you can count on in life. You know what I mean? Like, death is probably one of the only aspects of life that you can count on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's always one
it's
or
like
another.
Even you're not even sure if you're going to be born, because when a woman pregnant the whole time, you have hopes everything go good.
Right.
But there ain't no hoping about death, yo.
Everybody have to face it sooner or later.
So if you look upon a man who play a part in the death of someone else and say, boy, I'm bad. It's like for saying death shouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So even though within the human self we can criticize and say that's wrong and murder is wrong and you should never take a life and whatever. Lives are being taken.
Or gone too soon?
Lives are... Anything where you want to say or where me would have want to say or where anyone would have want to say gone too soon, gone too late. You know what I mean? However you want to put it.
Right.
But you have to go on one day. Yeah. You can't just there so all along. And just there and there and there. There's no magic in that. There's no beauty in that. You know what I mean? Right. That's why we're born and we grow and we shit up ourselves and we mother beat you. And after a while the mother start beat you because she say, come on now man, you need to stop shit up yourself. And then now you get old and start shit up yourself again. Yeah. You know? So
full circle.
So it's like a cycle. It's like a cycle, you know. And in reality, there's no bad thing.
Right. So my question, your music.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have the music for someone that want to go out and kill someone, women. That what does your song motivate people to? What would you like it to do?
Well, you'd have asked the people who listen to it. And you go and talk to you to listen to CHRONIXX and then you'll probably know. Yeah. But I personally can't tell you what my music does to people. I don't. You know.
But what would you like it to do?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of expectation of my music. No. I don't have that kind of expectation. I know what it does to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a very uplifting thing for me. It is personally, music have always been my escape from the other polarity of music, because as creative people, you know, you either pull into the direction of music. If you notice, you know, as soon as an artist get distracted, you know, him end up in a prison, or you hear him might do some things where you can't even imagine an artist would be doing. It's because as a creative person, you know what I mean, it's like you're always being dragged into different directions, you know what I mean? And what music has always done for me since birth was pull me into a direction where I can become a positive force. And not just someone who is being led by a system, or somebody who does what somebody else says, or somebody who choose something where not even important to my life and my journey. You know what I mean? Yeah, and music brings you to the real importance of life, which is levity, which is being healthy, and which is being filled with love and light. That's what music does to me. So I don't know if my music truly reflects that, but that is what music does for me. You
know, you touch on various topics when you record or write, and you bring it to the forefront. The song I'm going to play now, when I first heard it, I thought you were singing about a woman.
Yeah.
It's Drive one day, you know, and I listened to the actual lyrics of the song. That's why when you mention a song can sound like it's so simple, but the message is so powerful. And this song made me, as a Jamaican, proud.
Respect.
Girl this morning, and she was beauty to my eyes. I asked her where she from, she tell me in the topics. She asked me what's my name, I tell her I am CHRONIXX. And I said, girl, tell me what's your name, and she tell me that her name is Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile, smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile, ooh Lord, smile for me, Jamaica. Never you cry, here am I. And I say smile, girl, smile.
Smile for me, Jamaica. Now, with some of the news that's coming out of Jamaica today, we as Jamaicans abroad are concerned, but at the same time want to know what we can do.
When you say abroad, what do you mean?
Well, here, we're living in America.
Okay.
Because we live here. we spend most of our time here. Parents in Mandeville, so we visit as much. As a matter of fact, we leave this week to go down on a trip. But we're concerned because we feel like we want to do something. We want to help, and we don't know where to start.
What you want to help with, though?
The youths, education, what we can do here to help the youths.
Well, music is the biggest educational force in Jamaica.
Okay.
Can we agree on that?
I think it's a part of it. I can't say it's the biggest. I think it's a
Jamaican
part of it.
who live in Jamaica, based on what I see,
right?
Any form of subject you want to communicate to a mass amount of Jamaican, put it in a song.
Okay.
Any subject, from social affairs to family planning to any morals, any cultural message, any cultural anecdote, story, social commentary, science, art, chemistry, mathematics, you know what I mean? Yeah. Spelling, literacy, reading, literature, you name it. Oral history, European, African, South American, American history, you name it. You can put it in a song.
Right.
And since we are all so involved into music, let's use the music as a deliberate educational force. You know what I mean? In terms of, I see myself as someone who plays a great role in the education of Jamaican people. And yeah, like somebody who listens to my music shouldn't be considered uneducated or miseducated or misinformed or uninformed. Somebody who listens to my music should not be considered as poor, because poverty have a lot to do with what you know and how much you can use what you know to navigate yourself in this physical time and space. And if I as a musician is trying to help my country and my people, I should play a part in the education, the re-education and the education of all Jamaican people, and to a greater extent humanity. Because think about it, if I put in my song, say, let us all wear red sneakers. By tomorrow, all of the red sneakers I play sell out. No, isn't that what you call education? That is what you call education. You teach people about red sneakers, the reasons why you think them should wear it, etc. You put it all in a song, and by next week, it manifests into reality. There's no rocket science. You see it? When you go in Jamaica and you say youth with tattoo is no rocket science, why them have tattoo? And if you sit down and try math it out like a rocket science, then it might, in that moment, appear like a rocket science. But if you look at it for what it is, which is a direct reaction of the population towards the vibrational signals that are being sent to them through the airwaves, through them cellular phone, through them laptop, and all of them things. So if you want to help people in the sense of education, then use the music as a deliberate tool. There's a song for every subject in Jamaica that you want to cover.
Every mood, every
so like
feeling.
when there's crime, there's many songs that say no crime.
Yeah.
Keep the peace. Do not bring no guns, come to town. Many songs that you can play.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dennis Brown tune go again. Where say stop the fighting. So hurl anything with any subject. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about female abuse, you can how him for beat you. And one take it. You can name any tune where you want to play for communicate any message. So how are we pretending as if we have a problem when we don't have a problem? We just don't want to fix our problem because of money or I don't know is what our own personal interest outweighs the general interest of the people. Seeing? our personal interest, and I feel like that is one of the greatest problems in Jamaica, where people allow themselves and the betterment of them individual self and them family to not line up with the what is good for me should also be good for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Or what good it is then. You know what I mean? What good it is then if what is good for me is destructive to all of the people who I quote unquote care about, who are buying tickets to come and watch me. And you know what I mean? If I'm encourage them to drink and eat things that will eventually kill them, and 10 years from now them can't buy a ticket for come watch my show no more because them sick. It's like, how can I truly say that I'm an artist who is for the people and with the people? And how can you say that your radio station is worth listening to if the core people who listen to it can truly benefit and can call themselves educated? You shouldn't be considered uneducated if you listen to IrieJam, because you should be getting the right information, not what he say or she say or whatever, but the right information. And people, I personally can't force nobody to do nothing, but me make that a part of my life purpose and my liberty. You know what I mean? For make sure, so when you, the gift of music is a powerful gift, you know what I mean? And everybody is gifted. Every single human being is gifted in some way or another. And yeah, it's like if you look upon something as precious as a musical gift and just feel like it's just so you can do what you feel like, you know, and have a nice time, then I can't wrong anybody for that. But don't come now and tell me that you have a problem of child abuse and thing. If even the children themselves who are being abused, they are being attracted to so much sex energy from them a child, and so much you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like at that age, you know, you remember now, between the age of 0 to 5, you know, your body is in the process of 85% of all the growth that it will ever do in this lifetime. So whatever you get during that age, you know, man, remember me tell you, you know, you see it.
You're absorbing.
So it's like, no, yeah, and sometimes, yeah, I can't force nobody to do nothing. Why else you don't want help with? We talk about education. How else you don't want help?
Finding a way to create, after higher education, finding a way to create jobs.
Jobs? That's not a rocket science. That's not a rocket science. Let me show you a thing. You see when Vibes Cartel sing Cake Soap in a Jamaica, me a sell a Spanish town with my grandmother.
Wow.
And me watch all of the ladies them ready to sell cake soap from a long time.
Couldn't move it.
I like them can buy out a cake soap money.
Wow.
It's not a rocket science. You want to create jobs, you create jobs through music. Music create the most jobs in Jamaica. Who drive the biggest car them in a Jamaica and live in the prettiest house them? Musician.
Yeah. More
More than anybody else. Musician. It's only people who poor yesterday and rich the next day. So if you want to create jobs through music. Build venues in Jamaica where people can work. You know what I mean? Create outlets for the music, because there are so many people involved in music who don't have an outlet.
Right.
Like for instance, you have people who sell clothes and them things, but there is no outlet for Jamaican culture in Jamaica. So if you want to create jobs, create outlets. Create a radio station, employ a programmer, employ a DJ, employ a presenter, employ a manager, employ a social media manager, employ marketing people, employ young creatives, employ film directors. They are there. You want to create job, you use your music. Like when every time CHRONIXX is doing something, there's no project I work on that involve less than 50 people. See? That is how you create jobs. When Protege keep a show or a festival, you're talking about at least 150 employments every time. You know what I mean? Now imagine if there was a system where a show is being kept every week. You know what I mean? In terms of venues and like all of them food people and them chef there and them man they will make roots and make them Jamaican products that is being sold in Whole Foods for God knows how much. All of them molasses man there and them coconut oil man there, them have an outlet now. You know what I mean? So, why else you don't want help with? Because in rocket science, the things them dead and we as Rasta we dead and we preach it now music, we talk about it. When we sing Roots and Chalice, we could have sing about Craven here, NSC. And then NSC would have get the profit and Craven here. But no, the Roots man make the profit. Viva make the profit. Right. Not Craven here, not NSC. Another Jamaican progress. When you sing boy your Rolex watch, ain't no Rolex factory in Jamaica. Ain't no Jamaican making money from Rolex. So me as a musician, my duty is whatever I want to change in the world, how can I do it with music? If a man own a radio station, what can I do with my radio station? Since this is have become the core of my existence, how can I use this energy when I spend so much of my time on to do the things that I want to do? Not about being successful and shit. You're going to be successful if you do good things. You know what I mean? Somebody I gotta remember that shit. Somebody I gotta remember. Wow. Don't just think people are gonna forget.
Right.
Say IrieJam did come to Jamaica and build a BF6 school. Nobody not forget that. You know what I mean? Even if the government not celebrate it or whatever, poor people not forget that. You know what I mean? And yeah, we just have to do things. We just have to, however you can. You know what I mean?
Everybody
Nobody, and like, don't think about the problems alone. And don't think about where you want to fix, but how you can fix it. Me know exactly how I can fix my problems then. It's just time and space. How much time you have and how much space you have to do it. But me know exactly how to fix most of them little things that me want to fix. Wow. And I try. You know what I mean? Yeah, you want people to feel good and uplifted. You uplift them with your music. Simple. Why me I gotta try to weigh down people and then say, yo, I wish I could uplift people when what you really do, I weigh them down. You know what I mean? If you want to uplift them already. You know what I mean? Yeah.
New York, if in case you just join us, I'm live. CHRONIXX is in the building. And of course, this doesn't even come like an interview. This come like with us a reason. Because interviews really when a man asks you a bag of questions and you answer them, which is a very unprogressive thing to do in 2017. You know what I mean? When you have so much smart youth who are trying to find something where can actually entertain and justify them smartness. You know what I mean? So many youths in New York right now who literally don't even bother listen to certain people because them not get no substance. See? So it don't make no sense me come here and ask me a bag of questions and me just answer them because that's what everybody else does. You know what I mean? Now, I don't want to go off track either because I know also that you're on tour.
Yeah.
And we want our listeners, because even though we're tri-state, we have a huge listening audience on the internet.
Yeah.
So where are you heading to next?
So from here we'll go to Connecticut. And New Haven. And then we'll come back to New York for 2 nights.
Okay.
At Irving Plaza. Yeah. So the Irving Plaza on the 4th and the 5th of March. And then on the 30th of April we return to New York again. To the Paramount.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's one of those legendary venues in the New York area.
Yeah.
And speaking of legendary, man, the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
What is the vibes like? I saw the pictures of you walking into, I guess, the building because they were posting everything on the internet. But what is it like for you to walk in where so many great entertainers, and I use the word entertainers because I'm not talking reggae, I'm talking about artists in general, dignitaries, politicians have walked those same halls that you walk. What was it like walking down those halls and getting ready to perform?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very hard to look at it like that. You know what I mean? You know, being the type of person who I am, I'm always nervous before I perform, no matter how many people are. And it's not really nervous like nerve. It's more like creativity is a very powerful force. You know what I mean? And when you have so much of it pent up and like when you tell your spirit, say, now is the time to go and do this, it creates a build up of energy, like you know what I mean? so much that you shake. You know? So much that you shake, and you know what I mean. You become awkward. You become awkward because you start lose your ability to relate with the physical world. You know what I mean? And it's always like that for me. You know what I mean? And I've become more used to it now. Where I know that it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. That is the energy that then goes out there and, you know, make people see that spark in your eye. You know what I mean? Don't try to play it off cool. Let them see that spark in your eye that, yo, you know, that fire, that you feel is nerves. It's not nerves, that fire, that light, just a wait for come out now the music, you know. So, yeah, it was good and it was cool, you know what I mean? Jimmy is a very cool individual, you know. Yeah, and a person who, you know, after getting to know him, I realize how much he listens and appreciates reggae music, you know. And that is what makes me very comfortable on the show, you know, because reggae music speaks for itself. Yeah. And when people really listen to reggae music, them know exactly how to deal with it. And it you know what I mean? People who really love our music, if you notice, no matter who them people is, if it's a politician or whatever, him always a little different from everybody else. You know? reggae have that power there, you know? Alright, if you step in a building and you have a one man who listen to reggae, him stand out. Yeah, because the music when him listen to it left an imprint on him personality. You know, reggae music have that kind of power. It change your attitude, you know. It make you want to use different words and, you know what I mean, it make you want to talk differently. It give you a different swinging and your walking and everything. And, yeah, it's a great thing. And it was very nice to be on the show again. And,
well, you know, I'll speak for myself. And when I go on my Instagram page and I seen everybody actually videoing your performance and posting it. Yeah. I know that it's not just me. We are so proud. It's like you broke the world record in the 100 meters. It's like you were on The Voice and you won The Voice. Yeah. When we have one of our own highlighted that way, we are so proud. And
but
especially
at
when
the
you
same time still, at the same time still, we is human being, you know, and we have to understand, say, we're not running no competition.
No.
And we're not trying to beat anyone because guess what? We have been leading. We have been winning. You know what I mean? Like, when you check right now, the world have nowhere to go. And me attack as Rasta. The world have nowhere to go right now but towards Rastafari. The world have nowhere to go. The world have nowhere to go. There is no way that life can continue without people start consult with Rastafari. Yeah. So, it's like we not compete with nobody and we not try to be the best because it's not a best and it's not a glorification. We're trying to get no glorification. You know what I mean? Messages have to be communicated and we are the ones who are supposed to do it. At the end of the day, people might not remember says you, but the greatest important thing is that the message is being communicated. Yeah.
Well, I think you really said it when you said,
I know everybody I go like we, still we Irie. Come in all love life.
CHRONIXX in the building, New York.
In a dancehall style. I know everybody I go like, still me Irie.
IrieJam Radio.
Every time I rise, we do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Make them know success don't come overnight. No make them know a substance over hype. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights.
You're listening to IrieJam.
That's alright. Sit down on a post and a tweet all night. Sit them on social media type. While like said them they a studio advice. Oh me never bought them up on no flight. And me never see them a live no tour life. You miss someone now you have so much likes. I'm always still a lead for iTunes. Simple mean we not ready yet. If we put the music first, that's all. While we there on a war and a hype. Free work, dance all. When you see me, yes, I see I. of them love we from a distance. Come home for 2 weeks vacation. Enough of them still stuck in the quicksand. Enough to hear us say them are the big man. In a Jamaica, and them have the hit song. A gentleman, me hear a play a Finland. Me never hear them playing a Pakistan. That simple mean we not ready yet. That one like a youth on dance hall. While we there on a war on a hype. No take a control and all. Give me a beat and a mic. Ready for the studio voice. But when me put that song up on my timeline. No, me not do it for the likes. Me tell them
IrieJam Radio.
Everybody move your feet. Granny no fit it and me mommy no fit it. When we mix a tune and drop it like a bomb. Me no wanna waste guy a critique me song. Me no wanna media guy interpret me wrong. So make me give me credits in a dancehall fashion first. Big up Kalanji and the one Capleton. The Wild Apache and the one Ninja Man. Then big up the Killer and the one Beanie Man. King Yellow Man, Buru Buju Bantan. Early B, Nachita Simadidan. Me and Jamakal, him sister Diamond. And none of them nobody like Marianne. Ladies, you are real big man. Big up Lady Dika, you are the La Vegan. Big up Dirt Man and even brother Papa San. Big up Gary Miner, you don't know what you got done. Big up Canicle, you are the tall like a tan. Steal it, cleave it, Tony and Dave Kelly. Bobby Digital, General King Jammy. Exterminate and slay and rabbit. Stephen McGregor and Carly Young. Big up Succulent, King Bulby. Donovan, Jermaine, Graft and Mikey. Deep now the science and I know me ready. All of these Cub Scouts have to talk up to me.
Do it for the love and not for the likes. And I guess the song is straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's straightforward.
It's a love song, you know? Mm-hmm. Not a hatred song. And I did this song because I love the music that I make, you know? Mm-hmm. And music that I make don't really mean like no glorification vibes or whatever.
Right.
I love the music that I'm a part of. Mm-hmm. You know, when I turn on the radio and I listen to dancehall, I love where it is and I love where it is going. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why we do this song. We love where the music there and we love where it is going. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You mentioned some names in it, like Exterminator.
Yeah.
Huge label back in the days. Huge label.
Still a great label.
The son I deal with some things to write.
Still a great label. And I mean, I have a song from a upcoming album that I work with G-Arc.
Okay.
G-Arc was the one who facilitated that project. You know, Teflon also produced on it. And yeah. It's a great thing, trust me. It continues, Nothing no stop. And that's the beauty of it. And you just keep going and going and going. Yeah.
Well, Bridget, I gotta say thank you so much for taking time out to reason.
Respect.
Yeah,
man. Do it for the love, man. Yeah, man. This is one of my first releases that I produced, fully since, you know what I mean, I think maybe since Warrior and Behind Curtain and all those songs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Producing this song really was a very, it was a nice little love affair. producing this song, yeah. And the different transitions and the different forms that the song took during it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You mentioned Naturalist, you mentioned Early B. I mean, you touched upon some name with some
yeah,
of us have
because,
forgotten.
I mean, we all love music,
yes.
You see me? And that's the beauty of it. Most people in Jamaica who start the music out of pure love, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, because we are make music when we're hungry, and we are make music when we're belly full, and we are make music when we're happy, and we are make music when we're sad. It's not a 9 to 5, it's a whole lifestyle thing. And what happens is like then now the music business sets in sometime and interrupt that love affair with music, you know. And a lot of us artists, our music is suffering from that. You know what I mean? Because to make the right music, you have to be in love with it. You have to be in love with music, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you ask Shabba and all of these people and all of these great artists who are rating dancehall, Buju Banton, you know, some of them best music create when them in love with it. You know what I mean? And not out of mathematics thing of what can and cannot work and what should not go out and what should stay in. And you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just you have to create music out of love and out of naturality, you know, like don't make music because you think people like this or whatever. I don't really care about what people like or whatever. Cause who doesn't like good music? You see me? So like what I more care about is if this is this the good music that my soul wants me to make. That is the most important thing, because how can I make music from my soul and people don't like it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if them don't like it on Instagram, them are gonna like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, them son are gonna like it. Yeah. And from your daughter like it, then you have to like it. You know what I mean? Because if you don't play it, you might cry. Yeah. You know?
Before you go ahead to, let you know that one of your songs has been nominated in the IrieJam Online Awards.
Yeah. And
it has been an anthem here since it dropped. And it was amazing. When that song drops sometimes early in the year, sometimes by the time you reach September and November, the play stop. But this song still in heavy rotation. It's going to be in the Song of the Year category. Yeah. People go online, IrieJamRadio.com, and vote. This song right here, man. And what's amazing is like just I gather momentum, just I gather some more momentum, just I gather some momentum. And every time I play it, me have a lady from Spanish Town call and say, right, your friend from Spanish Town, that's what you call it. Pull up that tune there. Nominated in the Record of the Year category. Log on to IrieJamRadio.com. It's the online awards.
I grew up in a place called Spanish Town rocking, over blazing over. I grew up in a place called Ensom City. Spanish Town grooving, everybody nice. Spanish Town, me born, that's where me come from. From me looking at my face, you see a De La Vegan. Well, I say CHRONIXX and Glazer Anti-Federation. Strictly roots and culture play for nice station. Yo, yeah, me letting all you, them on the money promoter. We are doing this to the dance done, I'm ready. Spain Town original. I'm my neighbors drink out over Spanish Town Hospital.
So, Virgin, before you go, is there anybody in New York City, Connecticut, or New Jersey you want to send some greetings out?
Big up the whole New York, man. Even by a single out no one or make anyone feel like he's more important than the next one, or any girl feel like she's more important than the next girl, or any guy feel like he's more important than the next. Hear me now, man. Big up the whole New York from Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, all out of Long Island, Staten Island, New Jersey, the whole everywhere. No matter which street you live on, no matter how much money you make, no matter how much money you never make, no matter where you live, no matter which race, color, creed. Big up yourself. You are the most important person on the planet. Peace.
New York City, there you have it. CHRONIXX live. And this was not an interview. This was just a reason. Respect, Virgin.
Respect.
Grew up in a place called